Wait. Oh, I just hung up on her. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good Monday morning. I am very happy to let everybody know that we are live here today, and today my guest is Tracy Horseman. She's a psychic medium. I will be interviewing her in just a couple of minutes here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this show. And this show here is dedicated to bringing to light the things that people do that are considered a little bit woo-woo, a little bit out of the mainstream thinking, and to normalize it, to make it realize that we are born this way. No, I have
no idea what that is.
We have no idea what this noise is.
Noises.
Yeah, but at any rate, I have a feeling it might be the fire thing. The smoke alarm. There's a lot of smoke here. How's everybody been with all this smoke? Like, holy cow. It's been a rough time for everybody, I'm sure. Anyways, I'm really excited about this show. I'm excited about the prospects of it. I just want people to know that we're just normal. Like, we're not woo-woo in the sense of we're really out there. More and more people, we're empaths. We're finding out what empaths are. We're finding out what it means to be psychic. And no, we do not read your mind. Just because we're psychic, it doesn't mean we read your mind. Like, well, maybe we get this.
I can't help it. A little bit.
When
you can read people, whatever that noise is, when you can read people's emotions as easily as you can, it's kind of like reading their minds.
It kind of is.
Kind of, but no, not reading their minds.
Yeah. But what I would like to, but it's not really reading your mind. We just don't want people to be nervous because you say you're psychic. Everybody is. Everybody is. It's more developed than others. Some are born developed that way, and so that's normal for them. So when in growing up, it was that way for me. It was normal. And for other people, it was really something. Kiera, I know you called and the phone call was answered. Thank you for coming on board. But
was that the girl I hung up on?
Yeah.
By accident, sorry.
Yeah, but we're doing the interview right now, and we'll let everybody know when we're ready to take calls. So sorry that she hung up.
It was an accident, I swear to God.
It was an accident. And so we will try this again. We will make sure that we are on point here. Now, I just wanted to say that I am also available for readings, and you can get a hold of me on my Rev Sheryl page, and you can private message me, or you can call me on my phone. You can text me at 587-830-3600. You can reach me there for readings as well. All right, without further ado, I am so excited to be introducing Tracy Horseman. I've known Tracy for several years, and I have to say that of many of the people that I know that are psychic mediums, Tracy is probably one of the best I've met. Oh. And I know
Thanks, Sharon.
And I know she kind of goes, oh my gosh, really? But yes, she is one of the better ones that I've met. Now, I don't know where that's coming from.
It just started when you hit go live. That's the weird thing.
That is weird. It seems like it's coming from my computer. I have no idea, so we're just going to have to deal with it, okay? So just forget about it.
That's how spirit works, you guys. Welcome to the world of like woo-woo, as you put it.
And woo-woo, and everything can go wrong.
That's it. You just never know.
So if we blank out here,
it's all about perception. It's how you perceive it. So we can get agitated by it and start cussing and swearing and being pissed off. Excuse my language. Or we can just be like, oh, there we go. It's woo-woo time.
Yeah, it's woo-woo time. And there's lots of woo-woo.
Of course it's going to go woo-woo when I'm on your woo-woo show.
Yeah,
all right.
Hello. Okay. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you, Tracy, is when was your first awareness of your gifts? When was your first awareness?
Honestly, I I thought about that question a lot the last couple of days, because my first awareness was that I was different, was that I knew things people shouldn't know, was that, and not just that I knew things that other people didn't know, or that I was different. I felt things that other people didn't feel, put it that way.
Yeah.
But that it wasn't acceptable in normal society. So my first awareness was that I was different, and I had to hide that because it was different, and people tend to make fun of that.
Or not accept it. Like people wonder, what the heck? How did you know that? And then just the way they ask the question is enough to make you go, oh, I did something wrong. You know?
Yeah. Well, that, and I mean, people who, I've always had this like silly big heart, right? So even people that are mean to me, I can't help when, say somebody, like I'm being bullied at school, which happened to me a great deal in school. All you Didsbury people, you know it too. Anyway, you know, but then 2 days later, when that person would be crying or in the hall or upset about something, I would be the first person to offer a hand or to extend some empathy. And then, so I was the weird person because, you know, they were so mean to me before, I should hate them, and I don't. And so it's always been weird. I've always been weird.
And I think that's what I love about you too, is you're so connected at the heart, at that heart level, like me.
I let people hurt me and I just come back for more. It takes a lot. I'm working on it.
And pretty soon it won't hurt us at all, ever.
Well, when it stops hurting, then you're gone. So
so I just love this. And so how long would you say you've actually been working with your gifts? How long would you say that you actually said, that's it, I'm doing it?
When I started doing this professionally and taking this very serious was after my last son was born. So probably about 8 years ago. I actually really threw myself into it about 6 years ago, as far as like taking money from people and stuff like that. But that was hard for me at first, because for me, the way I looked at it was like, if I was the only person in the world that could see and everybody around me couldn't see, and somebody asked me to describe a tree to them, would I take money from them to describe the tree because I'm the only person that can see it? So I felt I had to rationalize that with myself. It took a long time to be able to understand that it's an exchange of energy, and that it's extremely important to be able to validate other people, what they're going through, and for them to validate with, you know, making the financial contribution makes it so that I can continue to do this work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting journey.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that it's free to me, so it's free. It should be free. And without realizing that this is our service. This is how we bring our service to the world. And this is how we want, this is our work. This is where we're bringing light onto the planet. We're bringing light to people and enlightenment.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully that is my goal. And I'm sure yours too.
It's definitely my goal. And so I think this is it's just so important. It's such important work. Anybody who's in this field that's considered woo-woo at this point in time, 10 years down the road, it won't be at all. It'll be mainstream.
This is true.
And this is my goal. This is where I'm heading. So one of the questions is, what would you say your spiritual practice is? What would be your spiritual practice?
It's a good question, because you know what? Until I was about 6 years old, I grew up with mainly my grandparents, who were extremely devoted to the Catholic religion. In fact, my grandfather was so devoted that he made a big, what do you call it? Monument? I don't remember what you call it, but it's a big stone monument outside of St. Thomas Aquinas Church in St. Catharines, Ontario. He built it with his own hands. He was that spiritual. So I know that it comes naturally. It's in my genes to have this deep rooted I don't know if it's an understanding, a belief, a feeling. I can feel that connection with God. My spiritual practice, honestly, has never come from a book. It's It's never come from anything anybody has told me. It's never come from a religion. I have taken the time to study bits and pieces of different religion, especially my grandparents, getting to know their religion and whatnot. But honestly, my spiritual practice comes from my heart and what my own relationship with God has been. I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
Yeah, well, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's just that you tend to know your connection, and that's one of the big questions that Christians might have is, well, how can you have a relationship with God if you don't go to church, or if you don't, or
because he's in every single thing you do. And actually, when you say that, let me just address one thing that people ask me all the time is like, how can you justify this and, you know, still believe in God? Because doesn't the Bible say that we're not supposed to believe in mediums and we're not supposed to follow psychics and mediums and whatnot? You're darn right it does. And I absolutely agree with the Bible. You are not supposed to turn to psychics and mediums to answer your problems. You're not supposed to turn to them to tell you what you're supposed to do in life. Completely correct. You're supposed to go to the psychics and the mediums and the spiritual healers when your soul needs guidance, when your soul needs healing, when we need validation, when we need whatever, you know, the healing that we need so that we can embrace life moving forward, embracing God in our world, you know?
Yeah, and it's like in being in a counseling position. Okay? And so that's what this whole thing is all about. It's about counseling people in a way, in a sense. It's showing them, every one of us, we go through what is called the dark night of the soul. All of us go through these things. And this is what we're here for. We're not here to take over and give you all the answers for your life. But what we are here for, and what I believe our main purpose is to guide you through maybe a dark area, a dark spot in your life, is to bring some light to where there's your darkness so that you can pick up the torch.
That's
we have a torch. And so we want everyone to light their own torches. Yeah, we don't want to be there so that every time you have a problem, you come running to us. That's not what we're here for. We're here to help you on your own spiritual journey and pass a torch to you so that you can light it yourself. That's what our purpose is. I absolutely love that one. So I know that
I'm getting cut off already. Okay, you keep going.
I know already that that you've had what would be considered woo-woo experiences.
We're having one right now.
We're having one right now. We don't know where this is coming from. Honestly.
This is irony. This is like synchronicity, not irony. This is synchronicity because you invited me on to do your show of woo-woo. And I went, woo-woo? What the heck is woo-woo? Yeah. And so we're getting a display of woo-woo here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We don't even know where it's coming from. We don't know where this is coming from. We'll find out later on though.
It's all good.
Yeah, it is all good. It all ends up being fun. So I would really strongly encourage people to, to look at woo-woo as being something that's different, not something that's wrong, something that's different, something that happens to people. I don't know about you, but I have seen dark entities. I have seen, well, yes, I know you have. Mm-hmm. I've seen the shadow people. I have seen all these other things that might be considered evil or however you want to address them. But when you think about it, you know, those kids in school that bullied you, and yet you could find the love in you to be able to help them. It's no different. Energy's energy, and whether it's negative or positive. And this is what our purpose is we hold the love and the light for all things. And so whatever darkness is around, whatever that is called is around, that's what we do, is we bring love and light to whatever is considered evil. Not saying there isn't evil in the world, but just saying
there is.
But just saying that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to love the evil out of the world, if you will. Yeah.
Okay. So is there any more questions or?
Well, is there anything else you would want us, what would be the most important thing that you would want people to know about you? What is that? What is it that you would just, that if you wanted to speak your heart, speak your mind, what would be that most important thing you want people to know about you?
About me? Just that I'm doing the best that I can to help as many people as I can. I mean, now that I know that I have this gift and that it is as strong as it is, because you don't understand. Okay, here's the thing that I want people to know about being a medium is sometimes people look at you like you have 3 heads and you have to stand there and you have to know your information and you have to be firm in it. So, because you have to remember that it's about the message. It's not about the person. It's not about you in the moment or getting that validation in the moment. Cheryl's on a mission looking for whatever that is beeping. But like, I just want to quickly tell you about the story with the angel wings, because this basically describes me in a nutshell. I recently did an online group reading, and the first lady that I talked to, her mom was on the other side, and she kept showing me angel wings. And I kept telling the lady that, you know, your mom wants to thank somebody for the angel wings. Somebody honored her with angel wings. And she's like, butterfly wings? And I'm like, no. I'm like, angel wings. She's like, no, butterflies are my symbol for my mom. And I'm like, I am not kidding you. It's angel wings. So even though, I mean, I could have easily went, oh yeah, okay, that's it. Like some, you know, mediums who maybe are not as secure in what they're doing, but I didn't. And she's actually taking calls while I'm talking. Can you believe this?
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. But anyway, so I just want to say, so after that group was over, she contacted me. She figured it out. Her son had gotten tattoos of angel wings on his neck in memory of her mom. And he hadn't even told her it was in memory of her mom. So she didn't understand the message.
Right.
But when we put it all together, it made perfect sense. So the thing that you need to know about me is that I'm just learning how this all works. And each situation like that teaches me that I need to be confident in my gift so that I can help you. If you're coming to a reading for me, you got to keep your mind open to be able to grasp whatever the messages are coming through, because the signs and symbols that spirit uses are personal to each and every person that they're for. And I might not be able to understand them, but dang it, if I'm seeing them over and over and over again, I know they mean something. So.
Okay, so the lines are now open. I have somebody online here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for hanging in there with me.
I heard you guys talking, and I was like, oh no, they weren't finished talking. But Tracy told me on Friday that I had to join her membership or get a membership with her because she had you on. So I was like, well, I'll join the call today and see if I can get in.
There we go.
All right. So may I ask who I am speaking with? Who are we speaking with?
Kay.
Okay. Hi. Now, how are you today?
Good, and how are you?
You know, we're just doing, except for some of this woo-woo stuff that's happening. It's like there's this sound going off. We don't know where it's coming from. And I'm going to let Tracy hold the phone while I shuffle my cards.
We got both phones.
We got both phones going this morning, which is just awesome. So what I will do is we'll let Tracy start.
She's not calling to talk to me, Cheryl. I just talked to her a couple of days ago. If this is the Kay I'm thinking it is, she said I told her to. So I think she's calling to talk to you.
Kay.
It was the Kay that was on the phone with you for like 2 hours.
There we go. See, I did my job. It's all you, girl.
You know, Kay, I'm telling you, I just absolutely love what I'm seeing here. It just looks to me like everything's going to work out. You're gonna end up having a few bumps and bruises at the end, but you know that that's life, right? That we all just go through things, right? And so this is what's happening is you're just going through some things. You just need to look at things from another perspective, right? One of the other things that I'm also picking up on is that when it comes to you get overwhelmed easily, do you not?
Yeah, I have very severe anxiety.
Right. And so what this is about looking at things from another perspective for you. The first thing I would recommend you do is that when you get up in the morning, before you even put your feet on the floor, that you give yourself some time and effort to be able to just change your tone for the day. So instead of getting up and thinking about, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, and this has to be done, blah, 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 you need to just put your feet on the floor and say something wonderful is happening for me today. Or, man, this, I could just feel that today is going to be a wonderful day. You need to say at least one thing like that.
It's funny because this sounds a little familiar. Hey, Kay?
Yep.
Yeah,
it's about setting your intention.
It is setting your intention and your tone for the day. And it does. And before you go to bed at night, you set that tone as well. And then when you wake up in the morning, it's a little easier. It actually works even better. And it's staying focused on the positive. And it doesn't mean bad things aren't going to happen. It doesn't mean that at all, because this is what we're here for. But it really helps us when we realize that we're supposed to be going through all of this. I watched an interview with Abraham Hicks, and I don't know if you're familiar with them, but with Abraham Hicks and Wayne Dyer, thank you. And what they were talking about is Wayne Dyer's trying to eradicate all this horrible stuff that happens to us. And Abraham Hicks said, why would you want to? We are all on this path together. We are all learning together. We are all doing what we need to be doing together. And what we're doing is we're actually expanding the universe by doing this. With us working through our issues, when dark nights of the soul, when we get depressed, we're think of ways to be better, think of ways to feel better. And this is one of the things that we do. We're literally expanding the universe by doing this. By putting out those positive thoughts of how we're going to survive, how we're going to deal with things. It's all positive, my dear. And so if you think of it from that perspective, that if you're feeling anxious about something, just know it's what that anxiety is asking for is a solution.
Can I just point something out here? I'm looking at the cards she pulled here, honey, and I'm seeing the Hanged Man and the Nine of Flames.
Yeah.
And I know a little bit about your situation and pregnancy and whatnot, and that makes sense of being in a position where you feel like you're calm, even though you shouldn't be calm maybe, but you are calm. And the Nine of Flames, maybe Sheryl can talk a little bit about that card, because that's in the future position, I believe. This is the situation she's really worried about from what I remember of our reading. And this Nine of Flames is a very positive card.
It is. It truly is. I'll just hold it up here. The Nine of Flames, can you see there's that gentleman there? And he is holding up a torch, but look at all the torches behind him. And there's a pyramid. That's really positive energy. So it's very positive energy. What that means is that when you come through something, you're going to come out of this fine no matter what you go through. And you need to know that, it shows a man with a bandage on his hands holding a torch. And it's like, holy cow, look what I've done. Does this make sense, my dear?
Very much so.
Okay. All right. So I just want to send you so much love, my dear, and just know that you're on your path. You're not doing anything wrong. Everything is good.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I leave that message with you, love?
Yes, thank you. That's very, very helpful.
All right. So you're doing everything right. Just stay on it. Just stay with it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, my darling. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
It's funny.
I'll take this and keep her waiting.
Why? Just, yeah. Can you see I have control issues? I've done this before. My phone's going off too, so we could take my phone too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or you want to take mine? Okay, yeah. Here we go. See, I know how to work this shit now. So sorry. Hello? What is your first name? Sierra?
Sierra, you betcha, just like your daughter.
Oh, Kiera or Sierra?
Sierra with a K.
Okay. See, now I think I've said that to somebody recently. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I've read for you before, but I remember saying that to somebody recently. Hey, that's like my daughter's name. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. So while Cheryl's pulling some cards, you wanted to talk to me, right? I can feel it because somebody's been choking me off this whole broadcast, and as soon as I hear your voice, it's getting stronger. So, yay, someone's choking you, Tracy. That makes my day. All right, here we go. So I like to personally start with a grounding exercise. Just it helps me get focused on your energy. So if you don't mind sitting with both feet flat on the floor for a minute, I want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly bringing it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay, so give me a second to make sense of this, because there's definitely like two sides of a family or two different bloodlines, so to speak. I'm hearing daddy's hands, so there's a father figure or somebody on dad's side of the family. There's also a female on this side, so I'm going to just throw all this out real quick, and we'll figure out what it means after.
Okay.
Who is the person, I'm just going to go to this real quick because I can't get past this. Who's the person that passed from the breathing issue or the throat issue? Because I am having trouble getting a deep breath throughout this entire program, and it's getting worse while I'm talking to you.
That would be my great-grandma.
The female.
Yes, my Mimi.
Interesting. As soon as you said that, she eased it up, and she said, and I asked her in my head, I said, why did you do that so strongly? Like usually they can do it just a little bit and I get the point, but she's been doing this for a while. And she said, because I needed to understand that that's what she went through for a while, and that she doesn't want anybody to remember her breathing that way, that she can breathe free and clear on the other side. Do you understand that?
I do.
She's also showing me my symbol for the wiggle, and which is like somebody who had limited mobility here in the physical world that can move free and clear on that side.
Yeah, near the end, that's how she went. She had, can't remember the right word for it right now. She basically sounded like a coffee pot when she fell, and her lungs were filled with fluid, and we just had to wait it out.
That would be why she made me like feel it for a while. But she's, you know what she keeps saying to me? She keeps saying, but Tracy, I had such a good life. I had such a good life. You know why? Because she's taken me to the end of her life, and she's talking about how it's unfortunate that she passed in the way that she did, because that left people here in the physical world with burdens and guilt from her passing, because she's making me feel like she had such a beautiful life. She had a long life, and then because of the way she passed, people felt guilty that they weren't there for her. And she's like, no, that's not how I wanted this to go. They were all there for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, we were all in the room. We were there with her. We didn't leave her.
She's showing me the kissing of the forehead. So she absolutely felt somebody kiss her forehead and tell her it was okay to go. She's showing me the whispering of the ear, which is my symbol that she heard everything that we had to say. And she's talking about wishing somebody a happy birthday in spirit. So, and she's showing it to me really close. So I don't know if she means that there was a birthday right after she passed, or if there's somebody's birthday coming up. But she's talking about the birthday, and she's showing me my symbol for like, it was very close.
I'm not sure about the birthday.
She's being specific. So I could be wrong on birthday because she's showing me the rose, which is my symbol for anniversary, birthday, something that happens once a year. And she just keeps taking me there, and she's being specific, kind of like the angel wings that I told you about earlier. She's like, you need to let them know that I was there with them in spirit. It was right after she passed. There was some type of event or something that happened right after she passed.
I'm not sure. I'm not very good with birthdays, to be honest.
That's okay, because it's not an accident that she's giving you something that you can't validate at this exact moment. They do that all the time so that you can take that back to your family, and then your family will be like, well, yeah, how did you know that? And then it's kind of validates for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what she just keeps doing is she's like talking about how beautiful you are, how proud she is of you. She shows me my symbol for distance or space. So she must have been on the other side for quite some time. Or
it's about 11 years.
Yeah, there we go. Because she showed me my symbol for time progression as well, which is where or age progression, where they're watching you grow on the other side. She keeps going to your hair though, and she's like, tell her I love it like this. So you've changed it recently.
I did, yeah.
She needs you to know that it's gorgeous, and she's placing. So 2 things. Sorry, Cheryl. I know you're pulling cards and you're ready to go, but she's like on a roll. She's like showing me the child underneath of you, and she's placing the white blanket around the children. Do you have 2 children?
I have no children.
Interesting. So she's going beneath you. So do you have like 2 nieces, nephews? Like, what is the 2 children?
That could have been my little cousins, maybe, but there's 3 of them. I don't know if Ty was actually born at that time, so it may have been the 2 girls.
Interesting. She's just showing me watching over them. Hold on. With the white blanket. So did one of the kids have like a health or a sickness of some sort? There was a scare or somebody got hurt.
There was with the youngest one. She was hospitalized for a little bit last year.
There you go. That's why she's bringing it up. She wants you to know that they were watching over her on the other side and that she's going to be just fine.
Good.
Quickly before I let Cheryl take over, I have to address the gentleman that steps forward. He's stepping forward with rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for when they see things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. He's also snapping his fingers, so that would tell me that his passing was sudden or unexpected. He's also taken me to the breath. Oh, I'm feeling like this is like heart attack, or I just can't catch my breath. It's like either asthma or, you know what I mean?
That's probably, sorry, I'm emotional.
It's okay.
It's probably my grandpa. He went missing in 2012.
Okay. Okay, so hold on, because
we believe that the river took him.
I see. That's why I can't catch my breath. Because as soon as you said that, I could breathe again. But you know what? He steps forward with a little dance. He's like, 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 here I am. He's like, everybody just needs to know I'm good. I'm watching over them. Like,
yeah.
Did he always, sorry, did he always wear a hat or something? Because I feel like he just tipped his hat at you.
Hang on.
He used to wear quite a bit of hats, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Cheryl, do you have another caller on the line? Is that what's going on here?
Yes, I do. I have another caller on the line, and she's, I told her to hang on. Oh, there she is. We're just trying to get everybody to hang on. So if I've answered the phone, just please hang in there. And we will be with you as soon. I'm just leaving it live so you can listen to the broadcast. Okay. So that means that I've got you. You're in the queue, and just hang in there, and then we'll get right to you.
Okay. So just please know that he is okay on the other side. And hold on a second. He's being very specific here. This is on Dad's side?
No, my mom's side.
Because he's going to Dad's side. I'm hearing Daddy's hands. And then when I ask him what's that's about, he puts the white blanket around Dad's shoulders. So your father's still here in the physical world?
I don't know my biological father.
I see. Has this been something that you have been trying to do or something you've been thinking about taking on and finding him? Because I feel like that's what he's talking about here. When he puts the white blanket around that situation, he's talking about that whatever guidance or healing you're looking for on that you have a lot of help on that side. And he just wants you to know that if and when you're ready to do that, Spirit is there to help you with that. Because it feels like you're at a point in your life where he just keeps showing me the questions. Like there's questions around that. Not necessarily that you want this person in your life, but you want these questions answered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, don't be afraid to search out those questions. Just because you're asking questions doesn't mean you have to add somebody into your life, but you have every right to ask the questions.
Okay.
And
that's good.
They will absolutely guide you to the answers. So just know that you're not going to, it's not going to be one of those situations where you're searching for 20 years just for an answer. If you put it out there and you say, Grandpa, I need to know this, help me find the paths where I can learn the answer to this, then they will absolutely guide you there.
Okay. That's good to know.
Okay. He's pulling his energy back a little bit. Cheryl, before you get yourself all too far ahead, did you want to talk about these cards? Because she did pull some cards here for you.
I just wanted to very quickly just mention here that some of the issues that you've been going through recently in your personal life, there's been some sadness, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And it looks to me, though, that you're overcoming that, my dear. It looks to me like you're going to take some steps up and you're going to overcome that. And again, don't do this on your own. Okay? You don't have to do this on your own, even though we're never alone. Don't do this on your own. Do talk to people about these, people you trust. About some of the issues that you're going through. And I know some of them may not make sense, but it feels to me too like you have some wise people around you. Do you have are you with somebody, right? Are you with somebody like in a relationship?
So I'm seeing my psychic son. He broke up with me. Long story short, I'm in Salem, Massachusetts, visiting my mom, and I'm with my family, and we've both taken a step back, and we decided, this is something that we want, so we've decided that we would like to go forward in this relationship.
Wonderful. Okay, because it looks to me like it looks really good. It looks to me like everything's going to be okay. Keep focused on the positive because it's very important you do that. It keeps that spark going, and it looks to me like everything's just going to like you're going to overcome a lot of obstacles in the relationship and moving forward in your own personal life. So it looks good, my dear. Just keep up the good work.
I will. Positivity is key.
That's right.
Very much so.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
it's fabulous.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in.
Have a great day.
Wonderful Monday.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
All right. Now.
Speaker.
Okay. All right. Now, who are we addressing today, my dear? Who's on the line?
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi. What's your name? Angie.
Yes.
Hi. Well, I'm really happy that you called, Angie.
Thank you. I'm happy I got a hold of you.
Yeah. Well, it has been very difficult. Yeah, go ahead. It's been very difficult to get a hold of us because we need to turn that up.
Yeah.
There we go. Because we've been getting a lot of calls. So anyways, what I would like to say is welcome to the show. We appreciate your call. And what we're going to get you to do is just ground a little bit here. Tracy really likes it when people ground.
Yeah, I'll take you through this little grounding exercise if you don't mind. And I am absolutely picking stuff up already. So while Cheryl's laying out the cards, I'll just start spitting stuff at you if you're good with that.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so if I can get you to put both feet flat on the floor for a minute. I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus. Oh, okay. So, there's a couple of things coming through really strong, Angie. Oh my goodness. I'm a little bit overwhelmed, I have to admit. There's a lot coming through with you. So first of all, there's somebody, and even as soon as Sheryl put you on the phone, and even though I wasn't talking to you yet, my stomach started hurting so bad. Somebody passed or had extreme pain inside, like stomach, chest kind of area. Who was that passed with the extreme internal pain? That was in a lot of internal pain before they passed away. I feel nauseous and pukey, and do you know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. Maybe my grandpa?
Okay, I don't want you to have to guess, so I'm going to ask them to be a little more specific. Okay, because there's that person. And see, it's not going away until we identify who it is. It won't go away. But there's also somebody that steps forward with white lighters all around them. So what I call white lighters are beings of pure white light on the other side, who typically their job is to heal. So typically they will surround a soul who either took their own life, takes responsibility for their passing, or whose passing was very sudden, unexpected, or traumatic, because their job is to help heal either the soul who's passing over or the souls of the people that are left behind.
My daughter passed suddenly.
Okay, hold on. You said daughter, right? Because that's why I'm as soon as you say daughter, I feel that sickness in my stomach again. That's exactly where I'm going, where I just want to, was she like very, very little? Like, was this like, I feel a breath, but I don't feel a lot more. So is this like newborn baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she take a breath though?
She did, only one.
There we go. Because she's acknowledging that she did take that breath, and then she takes me to the stomach, and I feel this extreme nausea. And she's like, look at me, Tracy. Don't I look perfect? I look perfect on the outside, but it was on the inside. And then she's like, you could have never known. You could have never known. It's not your fault. You could have never known. Does that make sense?
Yes, she was perfect.
She's like, I hear the heartbeat. So she's acknowledging somebody holding her, because I'm feeling her heartbeat, and she's showing me stroking her hair. And she's like, Tracy, I had beautiful hair. So she must have had a head full of it.
She didn't have a lot of hair, but she had gold hair. Her hair was very red.
There we go. So
when she was born, her lungs didn't develop, and they knew that she would have passed soon after she was born. So they just basically delivered her and gave her to me.
Aww. She's thanking you for the way that you honor her every day. She's taking me, she like takes me down. She's like, come with me, come see. She has like her own box. Like, I feel like it's in a closet or something though, because she opens a door and then she's like, look, this is all me. Does that make sense?
I do. I have a little memory box of her at the top of my closet.
There we go. So even by her telling you where it was, it's her way to validate for you that she is absolutely still with you. And she shows me the brother. Do you have a son as well?
Yes, I do.
Because she's watching over him. She's very proud of her big brother, I have to say. Very proud. Would he be her big brother? That's the way she says it. My big brother. Would he be older than what she was?
No, he was younger.
Interesting. Because she's like, she just keeps putting big around him. I'm not sure why. If your son is just like really big for his age, or if he's grown a lot recently, or what the heck she means. But she keeps showing me my brother is big.
I don't know. He's not big, no, for his age.
Well, big in the sense of possibly being.
No, she keeps showing me like a body growing, like huge. Have you been worried about his growth?
No.
Weird. Interesting, because she just keeps showing me how tall, if he's not tall right now, that he's going to be extremely tall, because she just keeps placing big around him. Big, big, big. It doesn't feel personality-wise. She's specifically showing me body-wise. And so that's why I'm saying maybe if it's because he's really small and you're worried, she's trying to reassure you. I'm not sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not understanding that. Oh, I do a little bit. Okay, so what's going on is I have a little bit of, I'm still thinking I'm talking to this baby, but I have somebody coming through that is the big brother. So I have an uncle or something coming through because he's saying he was the big brother, and he's taking me above you. I think I want to go to mom's side. But then I'm seeing the salute. So somebody has a connection with the military or the uniform, either fire, ambulance, military.
My daughter that passed away, her grandpa was in the war.
There we go. So he's...
I didn't know him personally.
That's okay.
You know what? Whether you knew him or not, it doesn't matter. This is his way of letting you know that your daughter is safe and at peace in the arms of family on the other side. People that, even though you didn't know them, that they have watched over her soul since the day that she was conceived, and that they just need you to know that she is well cared for on that side.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the brother is, honey, but I know it's important. So I'm going to stress that again and ask you to talk to your parents, because there is a brother figure from one of them. I can't tell who, but I know one of them lost a sibling, or somebody that was like a sibling to them.
My mom's brother had lost children.
Okay. Hold on.
It wouldn't be unless it's like my uncle, right?
Your uncle is still here in the physical world?
Yes, but he had 3 children that passed away at birth.
Okay, this is why. Okay, see, and that makes sense to me, because remember when we were bringing up the baby, when we were talking about your baby earlier, and then I kept hearing the brother, the brother, the brother, the brother, the brother. So I always tell people these signs and symbols, I do my best to interpret them, but you have to help me out because I don't always understand, right? And now that you say that he also lost babies, and then the grandfather steps forward, you know, and even after he steps forward, there's a whole bunch of people that are stepping forward, just letting you know that all the babies are together on the other side, but not just together, they're growing on the other side.
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I've never called anyone like this before. I'm not quite sure how this works.
Oh, no.
My friend just gave me the number and told me to call.
You're doing great, honey. You're doing great.
You're doing a great job.
You know, it took me a long time to be able to understand how spirit communicates and whatnot. So I appreciate that you are cooperating and validating. That's all that's important. We'll figure out the signs and symbols together as long as you're willing to validate.
Well, and sometimes what it is it's that you are a connection to somebody else, that they want you, they want you to be like the messenger in a sense. Yeah.
So before I hand this over to Sheryl, I have to go to the lady that stands behind you and wraps her arms around you and kisses your cheek. And she's just so, oh my gosh, nurturing. She's just letting you know. She's like, see, I told you we'd get through today. Like, as if you asked somebody to help you make sure you could get through today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This feels like a grandmother figure. I'm asking her to validate how she passed. She's like, do we really have to go there? But then she takes me to the head, and I feel like towards the end, there was some confusion. So I don't know if that's just she wasn't able to communicate in the very end, or if she had some Alzheimer's or dementia. Do you understand where she would take me to the head?
My grandma took a stroke, and she had a stroke for like the last 10 years of her life.
There we go. That would be the head.
She wasn't able to communicate very well.
That would be why she's coming through so overwhelmingly nurturing for you right now, and letting you know that she also is with the souls of the children on the other side. But what she does is she takes me to the recent past. She shows me the blackness, which is my symbol for challenge. She shows me 2 thumbs up, deep breaths, and you got this. And she's making me feel like, you know what? She shows me this cartoon that I saw recently on Facebook, and it's 2 guys sitting in a pit, one on each side of this like dirt pit thing. And one guy is sitting there crying about it, and the other guy is digging into the pit to make himself stairs to climb out of it. And she's validating that the reason why things are changing for you right now is because you have taken it into your hands and you're not being the victim anymore. You found your strength and your power. Does that make sense?
Yes, maybe. Can I ask a question? Does that work this way, or?
Yes, absolutely.
We've been trying to have a child together for the last little while, but I keep having losses.
That's what she's talking about. You don't even have to say another word. That's exactly what she's talking about right now, is perception. It's because you're stressing yourself out about it. I spend as much time of my time talking to spirit as I do teaching people the power of thought, word, action. It's called manifestation. Anything that we do in our world. Yeah, and it's coming up in your cards too.
Yeah, it is.
Anything that we do in this world, we manifest. We bring it into our world. So if you're having issues like this, it's because you're thinking about losing the baby. You're talking about losing babies. You're feeling stressed about it. And then, so what happens when you do that is all 3 of those things align, and it shoots it out into the universe, so that the universe takes that as an order, like you were ordering from a restaurant.
Right.
And it says, oh, okay, she wants more stress about the babies. She wants more, more baby losses. Send it to her. Poof. And then you get it.
And you've heard about people who just say, okay, all right, I'm just going to relax. They go on. I had friends who were trying to have a baby, and they finally, after years, just said, that's it. I give up. And they went on a cruise just to celebrate being together by themselves, and bang, she got pregnant because she wasn't thinking about it, and she was open and receptive and willing. And the universe already knows what it is. And so it's about not stressing. Don't stress it. And what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing it, it's about that anxiety about needing to have a child. And it's about wanting that child. And I see that it's about balancing. It's about balance and not getting caught up in that wheel of not having. Don't think about the not having. Instead, start looking at what it feels like to have a new child in your life, not the not having. Don't get distressed about that.
Pretend you are pregnant. Pretend you are. Get excited. Tell everybody, I can't wait until the next baby comes. And just throw all of your excitement into getting, or all of your energy into getting excited. You know how people say, don't put all your eggs in the basket, or don't get all excited, and don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch, or whatever the heck that expression is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going to tell you the exact opposite. Do it. Do it. Put all your energy into that, because that's how you manifest what you want. Do not accept no from the universe. And even as I'm saying that, I don't know if that means that you may not be able to bear another child out of your womb. But what I can tell you with absolute certainty right at this moment in time is that I absolutely feel more children coming into your world.
Yes.
Whether that be from your womb or another alternative, if you've looked at adoption or whatever that might be. What you have to understand is that every time the universe puts a roadblock in front of you, the universe is actually just redirecting you to where you need to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't look at this as a failure. Look at this as challenge accepted. I'm going to be a mama. I'm meant to be a mama. I'm going to do absolutely everything I can do to make this happen in my own womb. And if that's not possible, I'm going to be a mama to somebody else's baby, because gosh darn it, I'm going to be a mama.
Yes, I already have kids. We want to have another one.
Yeah, I hear you. And my only thing I would say at this point is just relax into it. And
she's coming.
Yeah, just relax. Just don't stress it. Don't sweat it. Just go with it. Okay.
Yep.
And we'd like to get on. I don't mean to cut you off, my dear. We spent a lot of time on here. And I would like to just leave you with this message. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Just be good with where you're at, my dear. Don't stress it. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Right, take care.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now. Now
Here's what you do.
No. Oh. No.
I'm like, here's what you do. I'm used to this. Just hang up on them.
Okay.
They'll go back.
But
we're out of time.
No, well, that's okay, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to pull a quick card for Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, I did say that I would get you this time around, and here we are. This is the alchemy card. And she came up in the comments, Tracy, which is why I'm taking it. And I know you need that connection. So I'm just going to say how wonderful that you've got this alchemy card. It looks to me like there's going to be a lot of changes happening. I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to take any more live calls right now. They're a bit lengthy, but thank you for Jacqueline. So know that there's a lot of changes going on in your life. How wonderful that is. Just keep going with everything. You're going to see some huge changes, and I'm talking big shifts. So stay positive and keep going. Also, Darlene and Andre, they want it, but Darlene and Andre, would you be able to make that connection?
Not without hearing their voice. No.
Right. So I'm going to pull a card for Darlene and Andre.
Well, you're pulling that card. Can I just let everybody know that if you didn't get a message, or if you wanted to talk to your loved ones and you didn't get to talk to me today, come to my show tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow for anybody that calls in.
That's right. And
my Facebook page.
And where can they can get a hold of you at?
Tracy Horseman Medium on Facebook.
That's right.
Okay.
And she'll also have her phone number posted there. So if you wanted to, make sure you go there and you can phone her there.
Darlene is your sister.
Yeah.
So yes, I have a connection to you, which gives me a connection to her, because all of a sudden I just saw your mom put the white blanket around both of their shoulders and let you know that whatever this health stuff that they've been going through recently, that this is going to improve. It's not going to get better completely, but it's going to improve. And who is having the leg or the mobility issues? Because she's taking me to the legs with them. Somebody's having some mobility, knee possibly issues. Who's got the mobility?
Knee and hips, perhaps.
Perhaps?
Yeah, knee and I know Darlene's hips are.
There we go.
Yeah.
It would be your mom's way of just validating that she knows the health issues. And then she just goes through the house. She's like, I love it. So Darlene must have changed it or something. She's been redecorating or something.
Well, and what I can see when I look at this card, Darlene, things are going to be just fine. So no worries about that doctor's appointment, okay?
Ha! Mom was just talking about that. She's going with you.
It's just upwards from here. Both you and Andre, you guys really, things are going to improve. So no more stressing, okay? No more stressing. Just keep things light and keep things going. Now, I'm going to move forward here. I'm sorry that we can't take in any more calls. We ran out of time, but do come in on next week, next Monday. I am going to pull 3 cards here, and I'm going to go for the week. And I am going to. Here's the message for the week. Oh, there's a wonderful, wonderful cards. First thing, I often find that when I'm on the show, there's a lot that comes up in and around abundance. And I'm sure a lot of people are going, how do we do that? How do we do abundance? How do we do that? Well, just know that this week that there's going to be some answers that come to you in and around your abundance. And that you'll actually be able to start seeing the manifestation of abundance when you get up in the morning and you go, man, today, I feel abundant today. Feel that. Get yourself into that feeling. It's so important because when you have a thought, that's the vehicle. When you have a feeling that goes behind it, that's the gas you put in that vehicle. So put in some rocket fuel, okay? It's Monday.
Word, action.
Thought, word, and action. And indeed,
manifest your reality. You create your life.
Absolutely.
Create magic.
And what happens is we don't have to put our nose to the grindstone and beat the pavement anymore. This is about aligning yourself with knowing that everything is already there. You're lining yourself up with it, and it's knowing that once you've put it out there, it's already made in spirit. It's already done in spirit. So now you're just lining yourself up with that. And so this is about allowing yourself to feel, and the action you take can sometimes just be an action or just a little bit of faith. Okay. I am going to leave that with you. I appreciate each and every one of you for showing up today. I love you all. Is there any last words you have to say?
See you guys tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be checking her out tomorrow too. Okay, love you all. Have a good week.